Namaste. Welcome to your practical classes. In the last 6 classes, we have discussed a lot of things. We prepared ourselves for teaching. In that process, we try to identify 2 things. One is, what is the preference of the person who is going to be in front of us? Second one is, how to spot them. When you spot them, what kind of learner they are, then it is going to be easy for us to decide whether we are going to be instructing, demonstrating, and if needed, assisting or adjusting to them. On today's class, I am going to be leading you a session with few postures which will help us to instruct, to demonstrate, and assist or adjust. These are all going to be the basic yoga postures which everyone need to know, because almost 50% of people who come to yoga is going to be new. They want a first time experience. So if you are going to be catering them, then it is going to be easy for us to go to the next step, that is intermediate and advanced practitioners of yoga. Today's class is going to be completely different from all the classes what you have experienced in a studio. That is a student's class. What we are going to be doing now today is an instructor-led class. We take the pose, we look into depth of the pose to see how we instruct, how we demonstrate, and how we are going to be adjusting or assisting our students to get into the postures to the level which is going to be okay for them. A pose is going to be an action of 2 or 3 body movement. If I raise my arm, this is extending my shoulders. If I am going to be bending like this, that is flexion of the hip. Now if I touch to my shoulders, it is flexion of the elbows. Any pose you take in yoga, it is going to be having this 2 or 3 actions. A person who could able to extend the shoulders fully may be finding difficult to flex the elbow completely. So understanding what is the person's capacity, what is their strength, what is their limitations, and then we are going to be fine-tuning the postures to them. So a pose can be progressed, a pose can also be regressed. For some people who could not able to bend the knee because of the knee pain, we are going to be giving a lighter variation of the postures. That we call regression. A person who has strength, who has flexibility, could able to do the pose easily, we are going to be giving the next option for this person, which is called as progression. So in our class, there is going to be a pose, there is going to be regression, there is going to be progression. In other words, we give options for the student to explore their body fully. With this, I am going to be starting with the warm-up. As any yoga class is going to be having warm-up. Warm-up is for the minor joint. We discussed on the last practical class, 4×4. So now you are going to be standing on the top of the mat with your foot to the width of the hip, keeping your elbows and shoulders relaxed. You are going to be starting warming up with the fingers. Keeping your elbows straight, fingers are wide open. On your exhale, thumb inside, close all your fingers. Inhale to open your fingers. Exhale, thumb inside, close all the fingers. We'll do it one more. Inhale deep and exhale full. Now drop your palm down. Elbows before that, wrist. Pointing the fingers up towards the roof, keeping your elbows straight. Exhale, point the finger down to the floor. Follow to the breath. Inhaling, finger pointing up to the roof. Exhale, finger point down to the floor. 2 more. Deep inhale, full and complete exhale. 1 more. Inhale deep and exhale full. Now drop your finger and palm down. Let's do some warm-up movement for the elbows. Palms are facing up towards the roof, keeping your elbows straight. Exhale, touch to the shoulders. Inhale, get your elbows straight. Follow to the breath. Exhale. Inhale. 2 more. Exhale. Inhale. 1 more. Exhale and inhale. Now release your arms. Relax your shoulders. Now to the shoulders. As you keep your feet to the width of the hip, rise both of your arms. As you pull your shoulders, you are going to be moving the right palm to the front, left arm to the back, crossing your forearms. Turn your palms towards each other, interlock your fingers, and you pull your shoulders. If possible, try to move your arms a little towards the back so that you are going to be feeling a stretch onto your shoulders or your chest and upper abdomen. Try to keep the elbows straight, relax the neck, and as I exhale, you are going to be dropping your palm down. We do it on the other side, feet to the width of the hip, rising both of your arms, pulling your shoulders. This time, left palm moves to the front, right arm to the back, interlace your fingers, pull the shoulders and move the arm towards the back. Lift your chin to look forward, relaxing your neck, relaxing your gaze. Take a deep breath in and pull your shoulders even more. Exhale to drop the palm down. We are going to do some movements to the neck. As you keep your body straight, exhale, touch your chin to the chest bone. Inhale to lift your chin high, gazing up to the roof. Exhale, moving your chin touching to the chest bone. Inhale to lift your chin high. Two more. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Exhale. And inhale. Relax the neck and relax your shoulders. Now, you're going to be lifting your right arm up. Hold your left ear. Try to pull your right ear closer to the right shoulder. Try to relax the left shoulder and feel the stretch onto the left side of the neck. Try to keep your face relaxed. Inhale, neck straight, palm down. We do it on the other side. Rising your left arm up, pull your shoulders, hold, and then slowly tilt the neck to feel the stretch onto the right side of the neck. Take a deep breath in and exhale to release. Release arm. We're going to do some movements to the spine. As you keep your feet to the width of the hip, exhale, bend from the low back. Try to keep your spine straight. Relax the neck and shoulders, shift the weight to the toes. Exhale to slowly push your hip towards the back. Inhale, shift the weight to the toes. Feeling the stretch onto the hamstring. If you can, reach your finger palm down. Relax the neck, relax your shoulders. And now slowly inhale, lift the body up. Pull your shoulders, exhale to drop your palm down. We do some extension of the spine, moving your palm onto your low back, push the hip to the front, lift your chin to gaze up. Keep pressing your toes and breathe. Every exhalation, see if you can arch your spine further, lengthening your breath. Inhale, spine straight. Relax your arms. Now we are going to be doing some side stretch of the spine. Keeping your right palm down on your thigh, lift your left arm up. Keep pulling your shoulders and feel the stretch onto your ribs, onto the hip, and breathe. Inhale, spine straight. Exhale, left palm down. Lift your right arm up and pull your shoulders. Walk your left palm a little down and feeling the stretch onto the right side of the ribs, and breathe. Inhale, spine straight. Exhale to drop your palm down. Now, you're going to place your left foot to the front, right leg to the back. Try to keep both the heels in straight line. We are going to be twisting the spine. Pull the navel inside, squeeze the thighs. Palms to the sides, take a deep breath in. And as I exhale, twist the spine to look back and breathe. See how far you can twist the spine, lengthening your breath. Take a deep inhale and exhale to slowly release. We'll do it on the other side. Right foot to the front, left foot to the back. Keeping your elbows straight and lengthening your breath. Pull the navel inside and slowly twist the spine, looking towards the right. Keeping your elbows straight. Getting your chin closer to the right shoulder if you can, and breathe. Inhale deep, exhale to slowly release. Place your legs. Now we do some warm-up movement for the legs. Spread your toes, relax your shoulders. Inhale to lift the heel on your 10 toes. Feel it on your ankles, calf muscles. Exhale to slowly drop your heel down. Follow to the breath. We'll do it 2 more times. Inhale to lift the heel. Exhale, heel down. 1 more. Inhale, lift the heel. Exhale, heel down. Relax your shoulders. Now I want you some movements onto the ankle. You're going to be softening your left knee. Keep your right knee straight. Now to the other side. Right knee bent, left knee straight. Keep moving your knee up and down. And you're going to be stretching the front of the thigh, the back of the thigh. Now bend your left knee. Get the weight onto the left toes and make a circle with the left knee. This is going to be helping us to open the hip and release the tension onto the hips. Now reverse the direction of circle other way around. Lift your chin, look towards the front, and now drop your foot down. To the other side, bend the knee, making circle with your right knee, opening the hip, and now reverse the direction of circle other way around, and drop your heel down. Now let us start with 3 sets of classical sun salutation. You're going to be moving to the top of the mat, getting your feet to the width of the hip, relaxing your elbows, relaxing your shoulders. Remember the 4 corners of the foot. Remember pulling your navel inside, opening your shoulders, looking towards the front. We start with Tadasana, mountain pose. Make sure you are feeling your inner thigh.
Standing strong like a mountain. Now join your palms closer to the heart, prayer pose. Keeping your elbows closer to the body. Inhale to rise both of your arms. 1. Interlock your fingers. 2. Pull your shoulders. 3. Arch your spine. If possible, lift your chin to look up. Remember, if you have problem with the neck, you don't lift your chin. High blood pressure. Any problem with the neck, you are going to be doing the modification. Extended mountain pose. You're going to be feeling a stretch on your chest, upper abdomen. Make sure that you're not straining your low back.
Exhale, you're going to bend from the low back. Keep pulling your palms to the front and then try to reach your finger and palm either down on the floor or you can keep it on your chin.
If you want to explore this pose further, try to drop your wrists down, relax the neck. Every exhalation, move the forehead closer towards the knee. Shift the weight to the palm. Remember, the weight is still on to the toes. You're going to be feeling a stretch onto the back of the thigh, on your low back, forward fold pose, Uttanasana. Relax your neck. On your next inhalation, you're going to step your right foot long way back. Drop your right knee down. Relax the neck, looking to the front. Asvasanchalasana, equestrian pose. Don't strain your neck. To feel more stretch, push your left knee forward. Feeling a stretch on your right upper thigh, right inside your hip. Sensitive knees, use a towel down under the right knee. Inhale, get your left leg also back to plank pose. Kumbhakasana, shoulders right above the wrist. Body isn't going to be in a single straight line. You're going to be feeling your abs, feeling your thighs. Plank pose, strong core, strong thighs. Keep your face relaxed. Exhale, drop your knee down. Tilt your pelvis towards the back and bend your elbows to get the heart between the palm. Eightfold salutation, Ashtanga Namaskara. If you find this difficult, you can drop your hip down.
Keep the elbows closer to the body and breathe. On your next inhale, Fill up the lungs, roll your shoulders. Either you can stay in baby cobra or go for full cobra. Open your shoulders, lift your chin to gaze up. You can also keep your elbows bent, whichever is comfortable to you. You are feeling stretched to the front of the body and you are feeling your low back. Exhale. Bend the knee, tuck in your toe, lift the knee, push the hip towards the back. Relax the neck and look between the knees. Downward facing dog pose. Remember, the weight of the body is going to be equally on all four limbs. If you feel your shoulders are tight and straining, try turning the finger, pointing slightly to the sides and push your hip back. Remember to relax the neck, rolling your shoulders inwards. On a next inhalation, stepping your right foot between the palm. Drop your left knee down, lift the chin to look forward, keeping your face relaxed. Equestrian pose, Aswasanjalasana. Take a deep breath in and exhale, feet together.
Any variation, either fingertips down, forehead moves closer to the knee, or palms on the shin. Remember, the weight shifts to the toes. Relax the neck.
Inhale, lift the body up, rising both of your arms, pull shoulders, point finger to the back, lift the chin to gaze up, extended mountain pose. Exhale, palm to the heart to prayer pose. We will do it onto the left side. Feet to the width of the hip, elbows and shoulders relaxed, face is relaxed. Inhale to rise both of your arms, pull the shoulders, arching your mid spine, relaxing your low back spine.
Feeling the stretch on your shoulders, upper abdomen, chest. Exhale, bend from the low back, shift the weight to the toes to reach your 10 fingertips or palm down.
Looking between the knees, forward fold pose. On your inhale, step your left foot long way back, drop the knee down, palm down, lift your chin, looking forward to equestrian pose, Aswasanchalasana. On your next inhale, get your right leg back to plank, Kokasana. Do not bother your back, feel it on your abs, on your thighs, on your shoulders. Exhale, drop both the knee down, bend your elbow.
Melt the heart between the palm, elbows closer to the body, eightfold salutation, Ashtanga Namaskara. Relax the neck. Inhale, roll the shoulders, lift your chin to baby cobra or full cobra. Feeling it on your low back spine. If you find difficult, you can get your legs little apart. Lift your chin to gaze up towards the roof. On your next exhalation, lift your hip, tuck in your toe, lift the knee, push the hip, down dog.
Possible, reach your heel down, push the tip of the tailbone to the roof, relaxing your neck. On a next inhalation, stepping your left foot between the palm, right knee down, lift the chin, gazing towards the front, keep your elbows straight. Exhale, feet together, Uttanasana, forward fold pose. Look between the knees and relax the neck and shoulders. Inhale, lift the body up, rising both of your arms to pull your shoulders, gazing up, keeping elbows straight. Exhale, palm to the heart. Do it, second round, to the top of the mat, feet to the width of the hip, join your palms closer to the heart, elbows closer to the body. Inhale to rise your arms, pull your shoulders, arching your spine to lift your chin to gaze up. Exhale, bend from the low back, trying to reach your palm down, looking between the knees, keeping your elbows soft. Inhale, stepping your right foot long way back, drop your right knee down, palm down, lift your chin, equestrian pose. Inhale again to plank pose. Keep your elbows straight, relax the neck. Find difficult anytime, you can drop your knee down, lengthen your breath. Exhale, both knees down. Bend your elbows, chest between the palm, elbows closer to the body. Eightfold salutation. Inhale, Bhujangasana, open the shoulders, lift your chin. Do not bother whether your elbows are bent or straight. Open your shoulders as much as you can. Exhale, bend the knee, tuck in your toe, lift your knee to push the hip to the back, keeping your neck and shoulders relaxed, and breathe. Deep inhale, full and complete exhale. On your next inhalation, stepping right foot between the palm, equestrian pose. Lift your chin, gazing towards the front, feeling the stretch inside the hip and thighs. Exhale, feet together, Uttanasana, forward fold, and look between the knees. Inhale, lift your body up, rising your arms, pull your shoulders, pointing the finger towards the back to extended mountain pose. Exhale, palm to the heart. We will do it onto the left side. Inhale to raise your arms, pull your shoulders, arch the spine to lift your chin. Exhaling, forward fold, look back, relax the neck. Inhale, left foot steps back, knee down, lift your chin, gaze towards the front, keep your face relaxed. Inhale again to plank pose, elbows are straight. Keep pressing your fingertip down and breathe. Exhale, both the knee down, bend your elbow, getting your chest between the palm. Elbows closer to the body, thighs and hip on the air. Inhale to baby cobra or a full cobra. Lift your chin to gaze up to the roof. Open your shoulders. Exhale, downward facing dog. Press your heel, relax the neck and look between the knees. On your next inhalation, stepping left foot between the palm, right knee down, lift your chin, gazing to the front, keeping your face relaxed. Exhale, feet together, Uttanasana. Look between the knees, keeping your face relaxed. Inhale, lift your body up, pulling your shoulders, pointing the finger to the back and lifting your chin. Exhale, palm to the heart. We'll do the final round, moving to the top of the mat, getting your feet to the width of the hip, joining your arms closer to the heart, elbows closer to the body. Inhale to raise your arms, interlock fingers, pull the shoulders to arch your spine. Exhale, remember to shift the weight to the toes and relax the neck and shoulders to look between the knees. Inhale, stepping right foot long way back, dropping knee down, palm down, lift the chin, equestrian pose. Inhale again to plank, straighten your elbows and breathe. Exhale, both the knee down, bend your elbow.
Drop your chest and chin down. Eightfold salutation, elbows closer to the body. Inhale, roll your shoulders. Elbow bent or elbow straight, lift the chin.
Exhale, downward facing dog. Press the heel, push your hip, tip of the tailbone points up. Inhale, right foot in the palm, left knee down, lift the chin, gazing to the front. Exhale, feet together, Uttanasana, look between the knees. On an inhale, lift the body up, rising both of your arms, pull the shoulders to arch your spine and lift your chin. Exhale, palm to the heart. To the left, deep inhale to raise your arms, extended mountain. Exhale to forward fold, Inhale, left leg back, knee down, lift your chin. Inhale to plank. Exhale, both knee down, bend your elbow.
Chest and chin down.
Inhale to cobra, lift your chin. Exhale to down dog. Press your heel, push your hip. Inhale, left foot between palm, right knee down, lift your chin. Exhale, feet together, relax the neck and look between the knees. Inhale, extended mountain, pull the shoulders to arch your spine. Exhale, palm to the heart. Relax your shoulders, getting your feet little apart, palms facing to the front, drop your chin down, close your eyes. Inhalation, exhalation only through the nostrils, keeping all your focus, awareness on your breath in and breathe out. The 3 sets of sun salutation, a total of 72 postures, has made the whole of the body warm. Each and every of your joints, tendons, muscles, ligaments get energized with this sun salutation. Regular practice of sun salutation improves your metabolism, helps in your circulation, and keep your joints active and healthy. Now relax your shoulders, open your eyes. We will get ready for our standing postures.
So now we have done our 3 sets of sun salutation. We will get ready for our standing postures. Standing postures is going to be helping us to give strength, to build focus, and to develop concentration. The whole of your body is going to be engaged when you are going to be doing the standing postures. Before you do the standing postures, we need to know like what are all the different kinds of people and how they stand. The first kind of people stand with their legs rotating outwards, usually guys. They put all the weight onto the heels. They're going to be putting the weight onto the knees too. And when they stand, they're going to be pushing the hip towards the front and moving the shoulders towards the back.
All their weight is going to be onto the heels. Another type of person, usually girls, is going to be toes are going to be inwards like this. They always stand with the weight onto their toes. And if you look into, they tilt the pelvis to the back when they're going to be standing. There is the third kind of people who is going to be putting always weight on one leg. This leg is going to be strong and this leg is going to be not so strong. They will be struggle doing some one leg postures onto the side which they don't use. Fourth type, weight putting onto the other leg. So all the weight is going to be there. They will get some pain into the knees because they use this a lot. They lock one leg, the other leg is going to be released. So when we teach the postures, we need to observe how this person is going to be standing, that you can easily identify which pose this person is going to be doing easily, which pose this person is going to be finding difficult. The first pose is the tiptoe pose. Tiptoe pose, when you press the toes down, actually you draw the energy upwards. The more you press the foot onto the ground, you feel more strong. That's what we call this as a mountain pose. On a tiptoe pose, you are going to be lifting the heels and putting all the weight onto the toes. Remember, this tiptoe pose is going to be difficult for this person who is going to be standing like this because they put all the weight onto the heels when they are going to be standing. This pose is going to be so easy for this girl who is always standing like this because it's her home. She always put the weight onto the toes. First and foremost thing, you ask people to keep the foot to the width of the hip. If the person is going to be very much kinesthetic, you're going to be drawing a line and ask them, can you put your foot here? You can use All these props as a block, keep the block and ask them to keep the foot this way. Take the block to the other side and ask them to put the block in this way so that they are going to be standing with the foot to the width of the hip. Second, ask them to spread their toes. Pull the navel inside, fix the gaze. These three are important in any standing poses. The foundation, four corners of the foot. The abdomen strength, pulling the navel inside. Number three, gaze. If they change the gaze, initially they are going to be feeling shaking. So we ask them to fix the gaze. So feet to the width of the hip, pull the navel inside, relax shoulders, palms to the sides, palms facing upwards. Fixing the gaze, pulling the navel inside, inhale, lift both the heels and on your 10 toes. Progression, rising arms, pull the shoulders to keep the elbows straight, lift your chin to look towards the front. Exhale to slowly drop your heel down, palm down. We give options to them. Option 1, they keep the palm here. Option 1 is here, they lift the heel. And we go for option 2, that is rising the arms and pulling the shoulders. If someone struggles doing this because they are not used to get the weight onto the toes, ask them simply go next to the wall, keep one palm on the wall, keep the other palm facing up towards the roof, gaze to the front and lift their heels. Once they get used to this, you ask them to rise both of their arms. And this person is going to be supported morally that there is a wall. In case the person loses the balance, they can go and get the support. So tiptoe pose is going to be increasing your focus, increasing your concentration. Also, if you observe people's feet, if there is going to be someone who has a flat foot, this person is going to be struggling in this posture. But this posture helps them to increase the curvature onto the foot to a certain extent and helps them into the balancing. If they understood these 3 points, the 4 corners of the foot, pulling the navel inside, fixing the gaze, they can do this posture very easily. This is a very basic posture which you are going to be teaching to the new beginners. Pose number 2 is the palm tree pose. The feet is going to be to the width of your hip and pulling the navel inside, palms are facing up to the roof, keeping your elbow straight, softening your left knee, ask them to lift the knee up. Relax the neck and relax your shoulders, pointing the toe down. Progression. Rising both of your arms to pull your shoulders. This is option 2. Option 3, interlock the fingers and pull your shoulders even more. That is going to be stretch onto the spine, shoulders. Keeping the face relaxed, exhale, palm down, drop your foot down. We'll do it on the other side. Option 1 is palms are facing up, they soften their right knee and lift the knee. Remember, gaze. Option 2, rise the arms to pull your shoulders. Option 3, interlock the fingers to pull shoulders up. Remember to relax the face and breathing. Exhale, palm down, foot down. Adjustment, assistance, if you want to offer for this person, you ask them to go next to the wall, keep one palm on the wall, keep the other palm out, soften the knee, lift the knee. Once they find out their balance on the other leg, they can lift their other arm and they can go there. Anytime they feel that they are going to be losing their balance, they can get onto the wall. Other way of teaching this, if you could able to have a chair next to you, you can also use this for your tiptoe pose. You can also use this to your palm tree pose, getting the weight onto the leg. Once you understand the weight is onto the leg, they can slowly try to lift the arms up and pull your arms. but make sure that the environment is safe for them to practice this posture. So number 1 is going to be the tiptoe pose. Number 2 is going to be the palm tree pose. Number 3 is single angle pose. Single angle pose, you are going to be making one angle, keeping the foot to the width of the hip. You relax your neck and shoulders. You ask the person to lean forward, putting the weight onto the toes. They keep the palm onto the hip. They bend from the low back so that there is going to be a 90-degree angle of the spine and the thighs. Initially, they can keep the palms onto the shin. Ask them to not lock their knees. So this is going to be stretching the back of the thigh. This is going to be stretching to the low back. Then you can ask this person to move the palm to the front to keep the elbow straight. Remember, the weight should be onto the toes to make a right angle of their body. If you have guys who is going to be struggling with the tight shoulders, you ask them to use a strap. Hold the strap, roll it, keeping the strap to the width of your shoulders. They can start keeping the foot to the hip, and then they start bending from the low back, keeping the elbow straight and making a 90 degrees of the spine. Same pose, you can ask them to do it with the support of the wall. To do this, keep the hip to the wall, mark where the hip is, keeping the crest of your wrist onto this wall, walk back, ask this person to assume that they are pushing the wall to the front. This is the most important joint in yoga. Any new beginner is going to be having some stiffness into this joint. Other way of teaching this is again with the chair. You're going to be using a chair. Ask them to hold the edges of the chair. Walk the hip towards the back so that the legs and the spine is going to be in 90 degrees. You can also offer assistance. Like imagine the person is going to be standing into the front. You can hold their arms and pull this person so that they are going to be feeling a right stretch onto their low back spine. Single angle pose helps you to stretch the hamstring and also into the low back. Now let us look into what the instructions for this posture. Keep the foot to the width of the hip. Spread your toes. Roll your shoulders up and towards the back. Pull the navel inside. Now inhale, rise both of your arms. Pull the shoulders. As I exhale, bend from the low back, moving your palms to the sides. Relax the neck. Assume the crown of the head is moving forward so that you are going to be making a right angle of the spine and thigh. Option 1, stay here. You find this difficult, you can move your palms to the shin. Option 2, move the arm towards the front, relax the neck and shoulders, keep pulling your arm, try to keep your knees straight, elbow straight, spine straight. You're going to be feeling a stretch onto the back of the thigh, on your low back. The muscles of abs go stick inside the spine. Inhale, lift the body up, and exhale to drop arm down. The benefits of this pose, it stretches your hamstring, gives a very good flexibility onto the lower back spine. Pose number 4 is double angle pose. Same like single angle pose, we are going to be making one more angle with the arms. This requires an internal rotation of the shoulders. Same way with the hip, we are going to be identifying people who is always arms to the sides, they push the chest towards the front and then they walk like this. Other one is going to be having an internal rotated shoulders. They are going to be having like this. This person who has the shoulders inwards, so easy for them to interlock their fingers. This person who has an outward rotation of the shoulders, they struggle to get their fingers interlocked. Again, using a strap. You ask them to hold their strap like this, if they find difficult. If they could able to do it without the strap, interlock the fingers, keeping the elbows straight, pull the navel inside, one angle bending from the low back, angle 2, lift their arms. Relax the neck, don't strain the neck, weight to the toes, interlock finger pointing towards the roof. This is double angle pose. If they are going to be using the strap, they keep the strap like this to the width of your shoulders, keeping the elbows straight, bend and lift their arms. That's going to be so easy for them. If you don't offer this assistance to them, all their energy is going to be wasted trying to interlock their fingers, and then they get easily distracted. But if you're going to be giving something like a prop, if there is no strap, ask them to use a towel. Then it becomes so easy for you to make them to enjoy their learning experience on yoga. Now let's look into how we are going to be instructing this posture. Feet to the width of the hip. Relax the neck and shoulders. Feel the four corners of the foot. Pull the navel inside. Roll your shoulders up and towards the back. And now rise both of your arms. Pull your shoulders. Moving your palms to the sides. Turn your palm facing towards the back. Move your palm closer to each other. If possible, interlock your fingers. If not, use a strap or a towel. Now, bend from the low back. Shift the weight to the toes. Keep your spine straight. Now lift both of your arms so that your elbows are straight. Relax the neck and breathe. This is double angle pose, which is stretching your hamstring, which is going to be increasing the flexibility of the low back spine, stretches your shoulders, arms. If you want to give an advanced option, progression for the posture, ask the students to bend further to reach their forehead closer to the knee, same time finger and palm pointing towards the front. This is going to be helping them to increase more flexibility into their shoulders. The progression for the single angle pose is double angle pose. Only when the person could able to do a single angle pose, we will teach them double angle pose. In a class, if I am going to be teaching a angle pose, if I know that person is new, I will ask this person, you stay on single angle pose. Next class we can do double angle pose. And if there is a person who is able to do the single angle pose very easily, I say, now move your arms towards the back and then interlock your fingers. Let's do the double angle pose. Always remember, for every pose, we should have an option of progression or regression. Say for example, if it is going to be a palm tree pose, and if I want to regress the pose, I ask my client to go next to the wall, keep the palm onto the wall, and then bend the knee, lift your other arm up. So for every pose, we should know what is regression and also progression, so that we make everyone who comes to our class feel that they have done something for today. Pose number 5, tree pose. Tree pose requires some external rotation of the hips. Palm tree pose has action, knee flexion, hip flexion, shoulder hyperextension or shoulder extension. Whereas the tree pose is going to be external rotation of the hip. Why the name tree pose? A tree is going to be sending two energies. One is moving downwards, seeking support, that's the roots, seeking energy. The another one is expanding, reaching to sunlight, reaching to air. So there is an energy of condensation and there is an energy of expansion. From one single seed, One moves downwards, one moves upwards. That's the concept of tree pose, Vrikshasana. It requires external rotation of the hips. There are guys who has external rotation of the hips, but they will be not having flexion of the knee. They could not able to bend the knee like this. So you will find out when you are going to be teaching, when you try to keep the heel onto the thighs, it starts to slip down. That's because there is a pressure mounting over here. There is also some pressure over here, depending upon what type of person is going to be in front of you. So we give options to them. Any standing postures, we know 4 corners of the foot, navel, gaze. So keeping the foot to the width of the hip, we give options to them. One is heel on the ankle with the knee pointing to the sides. Number 2 is the heel on the calf muscles. Number 3, you take the heel all the way on to the upper thigh. Pull the navel inside, join your palms to the heart. The left kneecap pointing to the side, the right kneecap points to the front, gaze is fixed, and progression, rise both of your arms. Join your palms, keep your face relaxed, and breathe. The more the person is going to be keeping their upper body relaxed, the person is going to be stable, and slowly drop your palm down and foot down. To the other leg, same instruction, heel on the ankle, pull the navel inside. Option 2, keep the heel onto the calf muscle. Option 3, take the heel all the way onto the thigh. Before that, make sure that your foundation is going to be strong. Pull the abs, join the palm to the heart, keep the face relaxed, and rise both of the arms to join the palm, lift the chin to look towards the front. Tree pose, Vrikshasana, helps us to build coordination, balance, and focus. Slowly drop your palm down, foot down. Palm tree pose, progression is tree pose. If a person struggles in palm tree pose, they could not able to do a tree pose. So make the tree pose as a progression of palm tree pose. So let's look into proper instructions for this pose. Keep the foot to the width of the hip. Roll your shoulders up and towards the back. Pull the navel inside. Fix the gaze. Inhale, softening your left knee. Turn your knee pointing towards the side. Option 1, you can keep your left heel on your right ankle. Option 2, left heel on your right calf muscle. Option 3, take the heel all the way to the right thigh. Heels pressing to the thighs, thighs pressing to the heels back. Pull the navel inside, join palm to the heart. Your left knee pointing to the side, right knee pointing to the front. Option, inhale to rise your arms. Join your palms, lift the chin to look to the front. Keep your face relaxed. Exhale to drop your palm down, dropping your foot down. To the other side. Spread your left toes, pull the navel inside, feel your thighs.
Soften your right knee. Option 1, heel on the ankle. Option 2, keep the foot on your calf muscle. Option 3, if you can, take your foot all the way on your upper thigh. Heels pushing to the thighs, thighs pushing to the heels back. Join your palms to the heart. Keep your face relaxed. If you can, to rise both of your arms, to join your palms, keeping your elbows and shoulders relaxed. On an exhale, slowly drop your palm down and foot down. For people who is going to be struggling for doing this tree pose, we need to give an options for them. Again, the option is going to be the wall. Keep the palm on the wall, soften the knee, keep the foot on the thigh, keep the face relaxed. Once they feel balanced, they move one palm to the heart and slowly moving the other palm to the heart. If they are okay, ask them to lift both the arms and slowly coming back the same way. Now we understood that the tree pose is progression of the palm tree pose. Let's look into the progression of tree pose. The side tree pose. You're going to be bending your body to the sides in this posture. Soften your left knee. This is only for people who could able to balance the tree pose well, not for everyone.
Then they fix the gaze down to the floor, keeping the elbow straight, left elbow bent. Without moving the gaze, they lean to touch the elbow to the knee and get both the elbows straight with the index finger and thumb joint. Open the shoulders. This is side tree pose. And we are going to be teaching this as a progression for people who is able to do the tree pose. Why this is because we are going to be getting a beginner student, an intermediate student and also an advanced student. And if you want to do it on the other side, feet to the width of the hip, softening right knee, taking the right foot all the way on to your left upper thigh. There is no option of keeping it on the ankles or onto the heels. Fix the gaze down to the floor. Keep the elbows straight, join your index finger and thumb. Soften your right elbow, pull the navel inside. Make sure that the four corners of your left foot you are feeling, and then slowly leaning your right elbow to touch the elbow to the knee and keeping both the elbows straight. See how far you can move the elbow to the knee and slowly release to drop your foot down. So we say number 1, tiptoe pose. Number 2, palm tree pose. Number 3, single angle pose. Number 4, double angle pose. Number 5, tree pose. Number 6, side tree pose. We know how to instruct this pose. We know how to demonstrate this pose. We know how we are going to be adjusting this posture. A student who could able to do the tree pose but struggles doing a side tree pose, how do you adjust? You go next to the student. You can ask the students, take the permission of the student, and then you can keep the palm. So the student is going to be keeping their palm on your palm. You help them to lean to reach the elbow down, provided they give permission for touch adjustment. Not everyone wants to progress the pose on the same day, but there are people who are very much enthusiastic. They want to try all the postures what the teacher is going to be teaching on one single day. They are going to be a learner who is very much kinesthetic, who wants to do all the postures. So keep an eye on all the people who is going to be in front of you. If it is going to be like a verbal person, you don't need to bother about them, just give a clear instruction. If there is going to be a visual person, you have to, no other way, you have to do. See how I am doing? Keep the foot onto the thigh, tell them I am fixing the gaze down, tell them I am going to be bending the elbow, then I go, the student sees you and then they try to do the postures. The kinesthetic, you need to go next to them. No, not like this. They are going to be keeping the knee like this. You say 90 degrees, relax your toes, keep the spine straight. You are going to be adjusting them. So you need to move around the class, you need to speak, you need to also do. But this can be done very easily. It is not a difficult task. First, try the 6 postures on yourself. See how much you have understood these postures. In all the postures, I say where they feel, what they feel, which is moving, what anatomical terms, flexion, extension, external rotation. We will look into all those terminologies on the next lecture, but this should be the basic start for you. All these 6 postures, after warm up, I want you to try, I want you to speak when you are going to be doing this posture. Initially, what you can do is that like you speak mindfully. Just tell what you are doing. This is what I do. I'm keeping my foot to the width of the hip. Just I turn the noun. I say keep the foot to the width of the hip. Relax your shoulders. Pull the navel inside. Soften your left knee. Take the heel onto the ankle or heel on the calf muscle or heel all the way onto the upper thigh. Join your palms to the heart. If you want to progress or if you want to go to the next step, raising both of your arms. If someone feels imbalanced on this, they can just stay here or move the palms to the sides. Do not worry to give any number of options which makes the student comfortable. Because what we need is that everyone who comes to the class, irrespective of their learning style, irrespective of their preferences, irrespective of their body type, how they stand, whether internal rotation or external rotation, we want them to feel better after the end of the class. The student come to us to get disconnected from all those external thoughts. By making them feel their body, by giving them adjustment, by giving them options, by giving their cues, you are going to be popping up all those thought bubbles which is around them, so they are going to be focused, they are going to be going inwards within the body. That is the purpose of yoga. Doing a pose is a byproduct. Controlling the thoughts so that they are going to be focused, concentrated is the main aim of yoga. Imagine if I am going to be on to a side tree pose, and if my mind is going to be thinking about the lunch which I am going to be take, probably I could not able to do the postures. Only when my thoughts are going to be controlled, when I am focused, I could be able to do the postures. We have discussed skill in actions. We have discussed stopping the fluctuation of the consciousness thoughts so that the student is going to be present. Maybe today the student has done it with the help of the chair when they do this palm tree pose, but they are going to be focused completely, which will make them feel bliss, which will make them feel new at the end of the class. But if you don't provide those options, they are going to be simply watch others, how they are doing the pose, and then they are going to be asking, I could not able to do that, I have a lot of problems. No, we don't want them to go for their thinking mind. We want to go them for their feeling body. No thinking mind, no any other external thoughts. Only their body, their breath, their movements, their feelings, which helps them to establish a strong connection between them and their body. That is the true purpose of yoga. Remember, everybody is different, every body is different. Not everyone is going to be standing like you're going to be standing on a military parade. Everyone is going to be having their own standing style, and that's going to be reflecting onto the yoga mat. What we need to do? We need to change, we need to make them aware. Very simple. If you start observing yourself from today, when you stand, where is that weight you are going to be putting onto the leg? Which leg? If you become aware that I am putting all the weight onto the left leg, you will automatically correct. That's the balance which we are seeking in yoga. One side is strong, one side is weak. Now you get into the balance. So, understand this. Everyone is going to be having these imbalances in a very minor degree, onto the right, onto the left, and also onto the strength. We don't need to do anything, just become aware. Just become aware of this. Take the 6 postures, you do it, try it with the props. Even though you could be able to do it very effectively, maybe you may have done it on your previous yoga classes, but try to feel, how does it feel if I use the props? So that you can communicate to the other person in front of you in a very effective way. These 6 postures, try with the towel, with the strap, with the chair, with the wall. If you could able to hold the pose for 10 counts, increase it to 15 counts. And then see how that feels on the body. Remember, when you are satisfied with you doing the postures, it's so easy for you to teach to others, to make them convince others. If you are the witness of your own transformation, you can easily pass it to others. That's all for today. Thank you so much for listening to me. Once you finish this, and if you have done any physical postures, please go lie down for 3 to 5 minutes on a savasana, and then you can resume your routine. If you have any doubts, feel free to call me. You can also send a text message, WhatsApp, or you can write an email to me. Thank you once again. Namaste.